Hey everyone, today we're looking at the best 3D printers you can buy right now. I've spent weeks researching, comparing and analysing the top models, and I'm breaking down the ones that truly stand out. Whether you're a beginner looking for an easy first printer, or a maker who wants speed and multicolour printing, or a professional who needs reliable, high quality results, there's something here for you. Let's jump in. Let's kick things off with the entry-level king, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. I honestly think this is the most important printer on the list because it completely eliminates the barrier to entry argument. It's tiny, it's cute, but don't let the size fool you. This thing is an absolute speed demon. Feature-wise, you're getting the full Bambu Lab experience, fully automatic calibration, active flow rate compensation, and a surprisingly responsive touchscreen interface. The real magic here, though, is the AMS Lite. It's the stripped-down external version of their multicolour system that lets you print in 4 colours. Unlike the enclosed AMS units we'll see later, this sits next to the printer, making it easy to load and unload. Performance is where the A1 Mini really shocks people. It prints just as fast as its bigger brothers, accelerating at 10,000 millimeters per second squared, which means you can churn out high-quality, multicolour models in hours, not days. The silent mode is legitimately whisper quiet, staying under 48 decibels, so you can actually sleep in the same room with it running. The print quality is identical to the flagship machines for PLA and PETG, largely thanks to that rigid unibodied frame. Now for the downsides. The build volume is small. You will run into size limitations for cosplay props or larger household organisers. Also, because it's an open bed slinger design, you can't really print ABS or ASA without significant warping issues. It's strictly a PLA and PETG machine. The AMS Lite also takes up a huge amount of desk space sideways, which kind of defeats the compact printer vibe if you don't have a wide table. Price-wise, you just can't beat it. The standalone unit costs around $219, but the combo with the AMS Lite is roughly $329. If you're buying your first printer or you want a dedicated machine for small, multicoloured trinkets, this is the one. It's the easiest recommendation I can make. Moving up to the mid-range, we have the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Elegoo has been the king of resin printers for years, and with the Centauri, they've finally taken a serious swing at the Core XY market to challenge Bambu Lab directly. And honestly, they kind of nailed it. The Centauri Carbon is a fully enclosed Core XY machine, which means the bed moves down while the tool head flies around at high speeds. It's built like a tank with a sturdy metal frame that comes standard with a camera for monitoring your prints. The standout feature here is the value proposition. It tries to give you 90% of the functionality of a $1,000 machine for a fraction of the cost. In terms of performance, it's a speedster. It keeps up with the Bambu P series in raw travel moves and extrusion consistency. Because it's fully enclosed, I found it handled materials like ABS much better than the A1 Mini or even some older open frame machines. The prints come out clean and dimensionally accurate, and the input shaping does a great job of eliminating ghosting artifacts on high-speed prints. However, there are compromises to hit that aggressive price point. The chamber lighting is pretty dim, making it hard to see your first layer on the camera without external lights. It also lacks an active chamber heater, so while it can print engineering materials, it's not a dedicated industrial machine. I also found the stock cold plate wasn't very sticky, often requiring a glue stick, which feels a bit retro in 2026. But then you see the price tag. At $299, this is disruptive. It's significantly cheaper than the Bambu P2S and even undercuts the A1 Mini combo. If you want a Core XY workhorse that can handle more advanced materials without breaking the bank, and you don't mind a slightly less polished software experience than Bambu, the Centauri Carbon is the best value on the market right now. Next up, for the makers who need size, we have the Creality K2 Pro combo. This is the evolution of the K1 series, and Creality has clearly listened to the community feedback. This isn't just a printer, it's a platform designed for big, multicolour projects. The headline feature here is the Creality Filament System, their answer to multicolour printing. The combo unit supports 4 colours out of the box, but you can daisy chain units to get up to 16 colours. The Pro designation brings improved linear rails and a reinforced frame design specifically meant to reduce warping on large flat surfaces. It also boasts a massive build volume that dwarfs the A1 Mini and Centauri, making it the go-to for helmets and armour pieces. Performance has been smoothed out significantly since the K1 days. The K2 Pro is reliable. It utilises a tilt detection system and AI camera monitoring to pause prints if it detects spaghetti failures, saving you filament and tears on those 40-hour prints. The multicolour changes are relatively quick, and the waste management is better handled than previous generations. It's not perfect though. The machine is physically massive and heavy, over 50 pounds, so you need a sturdy table. While the software has improved, Creality Print still feels a bit clunky compared to Prusa Slicer or Bambu Studio. Also, the price jump from the K1 series is noticeable. This is no longer a budget machine. Coming in at around $1,049 for the combo, it sits in a weird spot. It's cheaper than the Prusa, but more expensive than the Bambu offerings. However, if your main priority is build volume and you need that multicolour capability for large cosplay props or architectural models, the K2 Pro is the enthusiast choice. It bridges the gap between hobbyist toys and industrial tools. Now let's talk about the premium option, the Prusa Core One. For years, people asked Prusa to make a Core XY machine that wasn't the massive XL, and they finally delivered. This is the "it just works" philosophy packed into a modern enclosed box. The Core One is built around sustainability and repairability. Unlike the glued-together appliances from other brands, every part of this printer is designed to be user-serviceable. It features active temperature control and a unique 360-degree cooling system that ensures perfect overhangs. The integration with Prusa Slicer is, as always, flawless. You don't need to mess with settings, you just hit slice and it prints. Performance-wise, it's not just about speed, though it is fast. It's about consistency. The Core One produces some of the cleanest vertical walls I've ever seen. It handles flexible materials like TPU incredibly well, thanks to the Nextruder path. Plus, for those of you who care about privacy, this machine has full offline capability with no cloud requirement, which is a huge selling point for businesses. The downside is the price. At $1,199 for the assembled version, or $949 for the kit, you are paying a Prusa tax. It's nearly double the price of the Bambu P2S for similar print quality. And while it's fast, it doesn't quite hit the ludicrous acceleration numbers of the K2 Pro or Bambu machines in raw travel moves. If you run a print farm, a design studio, or a school where downtime equals lost money, you buy the Prusa Core One. You're paying for the support and longevity and the peace of mind that 5 years from now, you'll still be able to buy spare parts for it. Finally, we have the new champion of the all-rounders, the Bambu Lab P2S. This is the direct successor to the incredibly popular P1S, and Bambu Lab has fixed basically every complaint we had about the previous generation. The P2S keeps the beloved 256mm cubed build volume, but upgrades the experience massively. The old, jagged, monochromatic screen is gone, replaced by a responsive 5-inch touchscreen that makes navigation a breeze. Under the hood, it sports a new PMSM servo extruder with an eddy current sensor for real-time flow calibration, ensuring every layer is mathematically perfect. But the killer feature is the new AMS2 Pro. It now features active filament drying, so you can print hygroscopic materials like nylon right out of the box without prepping them in an oven first. Performance is expectedly top tier. It matches the X1 Carbon in speed and quality now, thanks to the upgraded AI camera that detects failures in 1080p. The ecosystem just flows. The app, the slicer, and the printer talk to each other seamlessly. Its downsides are minimal, but exist. It is still a closed ecosystem. If something major breaks, you are relying on Bambu support rather than the hardware store. It's also quite loud when running at full speed, definitely not a bedroom printer like the A1 Mini in silent mode. At $549 for the standalone and $799 for the combo with the new Active Drying AMS, this is the sweet spot. It destroys the value proposition of almost everything else. Unless you need the massive size of the Creality K2 or the open source nature of the Prusa, the Bambu Lab P2S is simply the best overall printer you can buy today. It's the default recommendation for 99% of people watching this video. So there you have it, the best 3D printers you can buy right now, no matter what you're looking for. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to check the links below for the latest deals, and let me know which 3D printer you're leaning towards. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.